Alright, just doing some videos on the veil for my Quantum of Conscience series. I just want to finish up this series. It's going to be a 100-part series. And finally got 1% upload on this video. It's been over an hour. And how ridiculous this is ever since I started posting these Quantum of Conscience video series. Uploads are a bitch. So you might have saw me uploading 6 to 18 videos over a 2-day period because it's easy for me to do this. So it's really not a big deal to get the videos out there. But the uploading, they just won't upload. It's ridiculous. So anyways, a quick explanation of what I'm up to today. I came to my YouTube channel. I'm at page 16. I'm finding my moons. These are research vids. I have them marked: set your cam to 50-50, pause at will, and see it all one. And what I'm doing is I'm going to bring you into the moon. I just went into that 19-minute video. Those are the two that are trying to upload right now, and I don't know how they're going to do. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing you into the dark of night and showing you that you can see the veil for yourself. It doesn't take a hell of a lot of equipment. Once you start seeing it and understanding it, you'll feel a lot better about all this. So I'm waiting for the moon's light to come in so my camera can use the moon's light. And when you're watching and separating different pixels that are in your camera, the camera glare, the screen, all of that, what I'm going to say is watch. Okay. I'm going to pause. What I'm going to say is you can separate pixels that are in your screen and in your camera, and you can separate the nanocarbon that is in the atmosphere, and you can separate the nanocarbon that is in the veil itself. So by doing what I'm going to show you, what I'm doing here, just pulled up that moon video. I'm going to watch this. And this, if you think that this is a digital effect that's happening, there is. The digital effect is the cameras collecting the nanocarbon. So these cameras are digital cameras, and we're digitally collecting the nanocarbon. I would say that you'll see those as squares more than you're going to see them as triangles. The nanocarbon, they go in triangular shapes. The nanocarbon are the ones making this imagery. Now, this is the dark of night. This is what you think of as outer space out here, okay? And there's already imagery. I see fucking imagery everywhere in here. Your eyes are just seeing a bunch of fucking blocks, nothing. You're not really making it out. This is one of the reasons why I was accusing people of trying to hide it, because of the digital blocking that goes on. When things are uploaded, pixels are separated. That's done with the camera, with the monitor, with the computers. That's digitally done. The nanocarbon that are in the atmosphere, look at the fucking imagery, is unbelievable. I'm going to hit play again. What we're doing is we're watching direction of everything. We're watching the direction. Now, the pixels in your camera, the digital camera, have no choice but to follow the direction that everything's going, whatever direction the light is going in. And so everything is going in the same direction. And as we go into the darker aspect of night, you should be able to start seeing this imagery. It's on every scale. You should be able to start making it out. It's like looking into the lightning, and I'm bringing you to the lightning videos. Same thing. You see how the digital camera tries to catch up to the nanocarbon. The nanocarbon are going first. You'll see spouts of, watch, and then you'll see the, oh, you bitch. Okay, I'm hitting pause and play, pause and play, pause and play. All right, so let's go over here. So we're looking into the aspect of night. Look at all the color. All right, look at all the color. Blues, reds, oranges, greens. I'm going to slowly take you around and let you looking at the imagery. I'll try to move slow so you can catch the imagery. The same imagery that's in the trees, the water, the ice, the clouds. The same fucking imagery. Your screen, your computer screen, your camera screen do not show this imagery. They don't show this imagery. And you can prove that. You can see that for yourselves. You can do is For starters, while you're even got it open, aim your camera up here at the top of the screen. See that black part of the screen up there? See that? That's part of your monitor, right? Obviously, see, it's in the computer. Okay. See any imagery in there? Nope. I defy you to. Nope. But what you do have is you have digital sporadic flashes, I guess I'll describe them as. That you'll get out of that. See what I'm saying? See the imagery? Of course not. And then I'm so close, I'm gonna blur out the camera. So come back. But now you come down here to the dark of night, the veil. This is what we're looking at right here. This is the veil that they're gonna tell you is pixels in your computer screen or pixels in your camera phone. They're gonna tell you that's what this is. No explanation of all the colors. No reasonable one anyways. They'll be making up stories and lies, but everybody loves that. Okay, small images, large images. Nanocarbon. Nanocarbon come in 6 triangular shapes from microscopic size all the way up to as large as you can ever imagine. And that's what these travel in, triangular shapes, these nanocarbon. Okay, now these nanocarbon are using the heavy metals everywhere in the veil, which the moon, the stars, and the sun are part of. They're in the veil, just holes in the veil, different heavy metal properties that allow them to travel at their own speeds. Trying to move slow so you can catch the imagery. Okay, the veil, the imagery is going to be 1 and 2 dimensional. Never see it 3 dimensional. I don't think the light would ever be right for it, unless they. Anyways, so let's leave it right about here. I'll let you. Well, that's a little too close. I'm starting to drizzle out there. Okay, I'll leave it right here. Again, I'm trying to point out the colors. So that you can separate them from what you're going to be being told. That these are the computer screen, the computer monitor, and all that shit. So what I'm going to show you now is that what happens is when the atmosphere goes by the moon, clouds, atmosphere go by the moon, they're moving in one direction. When you're looking in at the veil is moving in the opposite direction. So that is another point of evidence that you should look for when you're doing this, so that you can understand that you're not you shouldn't keep trusting others. Just believe what you're seeing for yourself. See it for yourself. Learn to understand it better, and then we can move on from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play, because now I'm looking for direction. I'm trying to show you the direction that it's all going in. Okay. The direction is very important, not to you maybe right now, but it is going to be important to you to see the direction that these nanocarbon are traveling in the veil, because they're going to be different than the atmosphere. So if the atmosphere is moving in one direction, it's a really good point of evidence showing you that they're not the same. So what I'm kind of trying to do here is show people that, because they're going to be told right away, you know, they're going to be told a lot of different, they already are being told a lot of different shit. So what I would like everyone to understand is that what you're looking into, being the veil, it should not be this hard for everyone to understand and believe. After you see it for yourself, you're not going to believe it. You're going to be looking yourself, and you're still not going to want to believe this. You're going to be like, no, this is no fucking way. So I'm letting it run right now. It's still running. I can stop it, and then we can pick out the imagery. Because this right here, what you're seeing here, is the moon. Here, I'll back out for you so you see I'm not bullshitting you. Okay, that's just a fucking video of the moon coming through the sky. I can go in on the imagery of the moon, and we can pick out a bunch of imagery, but that's not what this video is about. You know, I can go in here and get all these images that are all over the moon and trace them out and patent them, and all. That's a whole nother fucking story. Right now, we're talking about in here, the dark of night, the veil. Okay, look at the imagery in the veil. And that's another good way to separate things. The imagery in the moon does not change. The imagery in the moon stays the same all the time. The only thing that moves on it is in a clockwise position. The entire shit show moves around in a clockwise circle to our eyes. That's the only other thing. But that's also, again, I use that as evidence because when I'm looking here into the veil like this, like I am right now, that's into the veil. I'm only stealing the light from the moon. I'm taking the light from the moon, which you all think is a reflection from the sun. It's not. It's not. It's light coming in from behind the veil. So when that light is shining through and coming through the hole in the veil we call the moon, let's see if I can come in here. Come on. All right. I'm going to get to right about here. Let's see if I can lock you in here so you can see some imagery. So, again, only where the light is are you going to be able to see the imagery. So the imagery is all in here. I mean, you can just follow it up. You start here and say image within image. Look at them all. Look at them all. Take a minute just to look just around this circle. But again, it goes in every different direction. So I could certainly take my camera, go like this, and we're going to see a bunch of different images that are in that same area, but they're going to make out different images because it's image within image within image. There you go, right there. Oops. There you go, right there. I can try to pull some light in from other places. That's not cheating. You need the light to be able to make out the images, but also notice that the images are going to stay 1 and 2 dimensional with the light that you're allowed. This particular type of light that's coming through the moon is only going to allow a 1 and 2 dimensional imagery. It's not going to get 3, at least not that I've seen so far. It's not like going into the clouds, where the clouds during the day have the light from the sun, what we call the sun, another hole in the veil. And that area is made up of different heavy metals that the moon and the stars are not. And those will allow in bright light. Well, I can't speak for the rest of the stars actually yet. I'll get working on that soon. It's summertime now, so I'll start in on that too. But anyways, what do we got? 13 minutes already. We're already at 13 minutes. So what I'm explaining in these few videos, so that people can do this themselves and they can see this for themselves, as I'm going over the moon and going over all that stuff and the imagery that's in there, I want to bring people into the veil, show them that they can see the imagery that's in the veil, that makes up the veil, and show a few ways that you can separate your imagination or the computer screen or the phone screen or any of those other carbons. And they're also square carbon in the phone. They seem to be to me. Every time I'm getting pissed off that I'm getting blocked out, like let's say I go on the internet and I try to download somebody else's moon videos, let's say, or go to research somebody else's moon videos. I'm getting all pissed off because there's digital blocking everywhere. I can still make out the nanocarbon and the imagery because I know it's there. But anybody else looking at it, it's going to be more confused because it's not only image within image, but then they also separate the pixels in these digital boxes. So it's not good. So I'm noticing even here too, when I'm working on the veil and I'm going in on the veil, the nanocarbon's still traveling in triangular shapes. The only carbon that I seem to see that is any other shape, because remember, triangles can make any shape. Circles can only make so many shapes, and then not every one of the shapes, obviously, right? Squares, same thing, can't make circles. Well, I guess you could make circles with a square, but a triangle is a square sideways anyway, so, or pretty much anyways. I'm thinking of a diamond triangle, because it's triangular shapes. Now, when I say 6 different triangles, it's 6 different triangular shapes. So those 6 different triangular shapes make up all these other shapes. Also confusing to people. Hey, I thought you said it was all triangles. No. But it is helpful to me each time I run into these problems, because I'm saying, actually, that's good that it's doing this, because like the 6 different images. The fact that it's only feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast is a big help to being able to prove this to ourselves so we can understand it better. And if we take our imagination out of it, we won't be seeing imaginary bullshit and using our program to look around. We'll actually just be using our eyes, and what we're going to see is feline, canine, ape, rodent, human, and beast. And that's a pretty big clue to what's going on around here. Then the other thing, which raises more questions too. And then the other thing about it is, fuck, was thinking of. Yeah, it just makes it easier to, the digital blocking, the squares. So the computers using square pixels, they use square pixels in the computer screens. It does get easier to separate the square pixels from the imagery and the triangular nanocarbon, the electromagnetic nanocarbon that make up our entire system. So it's kind of good in a way that that these things have been brought to my attention. You know, hey, how do you know you're not looking at your computer? First of all, any fucking computer monitor. Okay, I can put other light coming through it, like I was just explaining. I can go up to the top of my screen where it's black. I can move it around to other places in my screen and go in on them and say, gee, I don't see no imagery in the white of that, so why do I go in on the white of the clouds? I go in on the white of this, and I go in deep, 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 and I don't see no imagery in there. And I don't see no nanocarbon going on, no triangles that I'm claiming are nanocarbon. So now I can prove that to myself without a shadow of a doubt, and it's not showing me the same imagery. So let's see. I'm just gonna come over here. I'll leave it here. See what we get for imagery. So every time I move my camera, you're gonna like blur out a little bit. So I'm trying to. There we go. All right. So I'll leave it here. So you're just looking at the edge of the moon that I'm using to use the moon's light, the natural light from the moon. It has its own fucking light coming in from behind the veil. I know. But then in here, the dark of night, around the moon, you'll start seeing the imagery everywhere, right? I mean, just look in, and it's image within image. So I'm circling this, but you can look in on the nose of that, and there's another image. You can look in on the mouth of that, it's another image, just like the clouds, just like the lightning, just like every other fucking thing I've been telling you. The ice, the snowbanks, the mountains, the rocks, the stones, the landscape, you name it, all showing the same imagery over and over and over. So if it was a computer thing and it was a computer monitor screen bullshit story and that was really it, then I should be able to come over to this computer monitor right here and go over here and get the same imagery. No, I don't. Nope, I don't get that imagery from over here. I know where to find it. I know I can go in microscopically and deep on things and I can find it, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to show you is the imagery is not going to be everywhere. And that imagery is helpful for us to prove what I'm saying. The colors that are coming in the veil, seeing all this green and purple and red. That's one of the reasons why I'm bringing you to this moon video, these first few videos. I'm bringing you to colorless filters. Because I want you to be able to see this color. So you might not have this opportunity in the next few videos that I'm going to do after this one. I'm going to be going over to my other videos where I'm flipping the camera around on the tripod, looking in at the moon. So let's see. See how high I can come up. So right about here, and you'll get some of the smaller ones. Just give me a second. Got to bounce this around a little. Alright, right about there. Same thing. I got to leave my camera alone for a minute. Again, look at all the imagery. Right? Just going to follow around the moon a little bit. And I'll stop so you can see it. Alright, just coming around the moon. Seeing the imagery? Hopefully. Alright, I'm at 19 minutes, so I'm just going to pull back. So if anybody watches this, they'll understand that all we're doing is we're on a moon video. And I got this on my YouTube channel, just a moon coming up in the sky. I'm going in on it, showing people how to look in on the veil. There's all I'll mention real quick in the next minute, and I'll try to end this. I'm going to press play as we watch this. I know that this is not a full moon right here. Why? Because I cannot see the blue aspect of the veil over on this side right here. I can see it from here all the way around to here. It looks like I can see it here a little bit too, but I don't see it up here. So what I could do simply is just zoom in on it. See the blue neon aspect of the veil peeking from behind and around the moon? Well, that's only going to happen on a full moon, because when it's not a full moon and any of the moon is eclipsed, you will not see. See how I see it there, over there as well, but I don't see it up here? Oh, actually, I do see it up here, so maybe it is a full moon on this one. But I'll bring you to another moon on the next couple videos, and I'll show you this, what I'm trying to show you now. Let's see, as it comes in, maybe. No, it's still blue neon all the way around now. So this is obviously going to end up being a full moon. I'm waiting for the rest of it to come out into my view. So you see the blue neon all the way around the outside I'm trying to show you? Well, when there's any kind of what we would normally call an eclipse of the moon, or any of the moon is eclipsed at all, it's the nanocarbon just going over that area that we call the moon, that area of the veil. It's all controllable. Yeah, see down here, I don't see no blue neon down here. So let me do this just to double check before I open my mouth again. Right, so this is not a full moon. This is not a full moon. Some of this moon is eclipsed. So you'll have other videos where I do have a full moon, and you'll be able to watch that blue neon all the way around. Why do I have this blue neon aspect of the veil on my model? That's exactly why, because I can see it with my eyes. So if I can see it with my eyes, I'm adding it to the model. This phone sucks, man. Can't zoom in now. There we go. So I'm going to be presenting this model and being able to explain a little bit better. There's different carbon aspects. That other model over there has the dark sitting on it, the dark aspect of the veil sitting on that model. But it actually goes to this model, because this blue neon aspect of the veil that you're looking at right here under the radiation band, what I call the radiation band, and you can see all of this. You can watch it all happen for yourself. No more taking NASA's word. No more taking Darth Vader's word. No more taking, what's his name there? Fucking Shatner's word for anything. No, you don't have to. It's all right here for us. So, funny too, you see in the imagery in the moon, showing people the imagery in the moon is unbelievable to me, to watch people's fucking mouths drop. I did a zombie street interview the other day from here, from my house. And it's so funny to watch people. I mean, 1,000,001 excuses. I told him, I was like, I'm going to start writing them all down. I'm going to start writing all these things down that you're throwing at me. Everything from what about Tesla to what about the shape of this, and what about water, and what about... I'm showing you the fucking system, man. I'm showing you the system. You can see it with your own eyes. I'm not telling you some theoretical shit that you have to believe. I'm not telling you anything like that. You can see it all. So go see it first. Then come back with your fucking nonsensical questions, because they're just a bunch of nonsensical bullshit questions. They go nowhere. They're just designed to keep you going in circles with everybody. So funny, so funny. So I'm going to do a few hour video on a good zombie street interview that I did, and I'm going to use all his arguments to bat back at and stuff. All right, so that's it. I'm already at 24 minutes on this video. I don't know if it'll upload. Might take days. See you soon.